Hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Talk with the mouthful. You're here with Rel, and I have a guest here today, Ashley. She came to join me because today our show will be on domestic violence awareness because it is October, and that is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, I actually tried to do this show last year, a time ago, and a lot of volunteers I guess, got scared away, or I do understand this. I mean, it's not easy to talk about, so that's why I definitely appreciate you coming on
Yeah, for sure.
to tell your story. It's none of that's ever easy to talk about. So now I'm gonna throw you on the spot. Talk about it. Say no. Oh, before we talk about it, wifey did make us some Rasta pasta, so we will be talking with our mouth full.
Of course.
Thanks for tuning in.
Of course.
So Ashley, I guess I don't want to throw you all the way under, but I guess how was it when you was in a abusive relationship?
Yeah, I am 37 years old. This happened when I was, oh God, this started in 2021, so I was 34. So from the age of 34 to about 35, I would say, um, I was in an abusive relationship. I no longer call myself a victim. I now say I'm a survivor of domestic violence. I think that's very important, especially once you get out of it. It's important to take back your own power, which is why I'm very much an open book about the experience I went through. You know, I feel like me sharing my story, there could be a ripple effect. I could inspire another woman to leave the situation she's in. And that's,
Agreed.
even if it helps one woman, like it's worth me sharing my story. So, um, as these things do, the abuse doesn't start day one, right? You meet someone. At the time, I was recently separated from someone I was married to. And that's like one of the things I feel like a lot of abusers, they see that vulnerability and they're like, yeah, this is going to be easy. You know what I mean? They find someone in a vulnerable spot. They, for lack of a better term, love bomb you. They make it feel so good. It's like, I've never been loved like this before.
I just learned that term. Can you
Yeah.
explain what love bombing is?
Okay, so
I
love
just learned
bombing,
that a couple months
yeah,
ago.
love bombing is a term that is associated a lot with narcissistic abuse specifically. Um, and that is where, like, say you meet someone, you may have been on like one, two, three dates, and they're like, oh my God, I'm so in love with you. You're so amazing. I've never met anyone like excessive complimenting, excessive attentiveness, excessive like future planning. They're
I
like,
was going to say
yeah,
I
that's
understood it as like open broken promises,
well,
like
that to me would be more like the future faking,
the
which is
future. Yeah.
yeah, that's like a little bit different. Future
So,
faking, I think, could be like part of that love bombing
oh,
though,
you're
for
saying it's a
sure.
different term, future
Yeah.
faking. All right.
Um,
Like promising marriage and
yeah, it's like we're
basically
gonna live
capping.
together, we're gonna spend our lives together. It's like, bro, I've known you for like 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
pump the brakes.
Basically like capping your head up to get your
Literally.
guard down and let you in.
Right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
No. So, when you're in a vulnerable spot, like I personally was going through, a marriage that was falling apart, and I meet this guy, and he's so sweet and he's so attentive, and we have so much fun together, and it's everything just feels amazing, and you get so sucked in, and then they start to push the boundaries, right? It's like first it might be like an explosion of anger. It's not physical, it's more yelling, whatever it may be. And you're like in your mind, like, okay, he was upset, whatever. Um, and it just grows from there. It's like the snowball effect. And you know, you're trapped in this space of like, but I fell in love with that person. So like I'm just gonna wait till he comes back. And more often than not, they ain't coming back because that person you fell in love with, this was something I had to realize in my healing journey, is that person that I fell in love with really doesn't exist. That was a character he played, right? So, yeah, I mean, it escalates over time. Uh, I went through a lot. It was very scary. I probably shouldn't be here. I mean, I can think of 2 nights specifically that my life should have ended,
So
and
it
it
got
didn't.
it got violent, very
Oh,
violent.
extremely violent. Um, I mean, it's like it's so hard to explain the look you see in someone's eyes. I got strangled extremely horribly, like within an inch of my life. That's why my voice is like kind of raspy now. My vocal cords are damaged. And there's like nothing I could compare this experience to of like looking into the eyes of someone you love, and their eyes are like, it's not even human looking when they're like putting you through that. Like it's so surreal. Um Now I feel like it was like a different lifetime, right? Because like I've gone through like my healing journey. But yeah, I mean, you're like in this moment and you're like, this might be it, right? And it's happening by the person that I love. Like, how fucked up is that, right?
Yeah,
Um,
that'd be fun.
and as fucked up as it is, that specific night happened probably about a year that had been together at that point, maybe 9 months, something like that. That's the other thing with PTSD. Sometimes like dates can get hazy. My brain kind of protects me from the
Yeah,
details.
well, with anything like that big,
Yeah.
PTSD, people start to forget stuff that
Yeah, and I mean it's
happened.
our coping mechanism to like protect us from those memories in a way, because other than for me to be able to share my story, those memories don't really serve me anymore. Like,
Right.
what purpose does that serve me to think about these things? And I mean, moving up to that 9 month mark, like things
That
are
was stuff
happening
before, and that's
over
kind of
time.
what my
This was
question
like
was.
that tipping point of like,
That's what made it happen. So
yeah,
there was a bunch of occasions before that 9 months.
oh yeah. I would say as early as probably like 4 or 5 months. I remember one time, uh, he asked me to get him Tylenol at the store. And this is something I've done my whole life. Like, my family buys generic brand. It's like, why would you not? In my mind, like, why am I going to buy the name brand? Usually it's made by the same company, but the generic is way cheaper, right? He saw the generic said acetaminophen instead of Tylenol, and he's like, this isn't what I fucking asked for. He threw the bottle so hard, like right next to my head at the bathroom wall, that the plastic of the bottle shattered. So it's like we had these like
That
things
was the
where,
first one.
yeah, it was like explosions, but it was never, at that point, it was never physically to me. It may have been like something getting thrown near me, but it was just more of like the yelling, the name calling, the throwing shit around, that sort of thing. But this one night, he basically strangled me within inches of my life. I had like bust blood vessels in my eye. Actually, I still have um a black floater in this eye that won't go away because there's something partially detached in the back of my eyeball from the force of that night. Um, and it's like so embarrassing for me to admit now, that like I stayed with him for like another year after that.
That's where I was trying. My question was
That was
coming.
where you were
Um,
going with it. I could
and
tell.
I wanted to make sure I ain't saying I don't want it to sound like rude because
No.
I've asked this question. I know a lot of females who went through it or tell me like they'll call you for like, hey, this happened, and it's like, what am I supposed to do except for suggest for you to leave?
Yeah.
And I feel like they never leave.
Yeah,
Could
and
you?
I was recently speaking with a woman that works with a lot of women that have either been in situations like my own, or within that realm of experience. And I, if I'm remembering correctly, she said something like, on average, it takes a survivor 7 times to leave. And for me, it probably took me about 12 times. So, like 12 incidents, I'd say, of some sort where I felt very under threat, or I was severely injured, or something like that, you know? So it took me a lot more times than I would care to admit as the healed version of myself today. Like I'd be like, if you're like taking me out on a date and then the next day you're like acting controlling of my time, you're gone, you know? But that's because that healing journey, I've created those safe boundaries for myself where I'm like, these are things I won't tolerate again.
Is it about toleration? I was just want to say, like, do you know why, like, you stayed then? Like now, because you're healed, do you know what it is about you that
Um,
had you staying?
so I think it's a mixture of things. And every situation is going to be different, right? For me, it was the I fell in love with this person, and I had to get it through my head that that wasn't a real person. It was a character he played to suck me in, right? There was also an aspect of fear of retaliation, was
That's
a
what I heard a
huge
lot.
factor. I can't get into like details because I can't really like identify who this person is, but where he's from, he knows a lot of scary people. And he made it very clear that if I were to get police involved, they'd find my body without going into like too many details. You know what I mean? So it's like I got to a point where I was
You
like,
kind of answered a question before I even got to ask it, because I was going to say, this other female, she had fear of retaliation. I felt like, well, you're scared of him doing something to you. Isn't that the same thing if you're still living with them? Are you not scared
I
of them
mean,
doing something to you?
what's that saying that's like something about it's like it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't. When I'm staying, I know what I'm dealing with, but I don't
To
know
keep
what
your
he's
enemies
gonna do
close?
if I leave. That's another one. Keep your friends close, your enemies closer. What? It's horrible that your enemy is literally sharing a bed with you, but at least then it's like I can kind of prepare myself. I can read his actions that day, his mood that day. Um, so those threats, right, of like this is if you get cops involved, this that, and the other. It's like I don't really want to see if you're serious about that. You know what I mean? So even though, yeah, you may have almost strangled me to death, you didn't. So hopefully you don't. But you're sitting here telling me you will do something if I leave. You know what I mean? So in my mind, and I'm sure there's like a lot of psychology behind it too. I didn't go to school for it, so I don't know. Yeah, I've done a lot of therapy, but not an expert. I can only speak on what my mindset was at the time, and that was I'd rather not risk him being serious about those things. Um,
Here's my thing, real quick. I'm gonna call bullshit on that still. I'm sorry,
you can,
but no, that's not. I don't. That's not gonna add up to me because he's still next to you. This person is snapping out, and it could be a female too.
of course.
I was definitely in an abusive relationship. It goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
So this person that's just always swinging. Here's the thing: accidents happen, and so this person has often accidents that happen often. One of these times, now here I was going to say the friend that I told you said her fear of retaliation.
Mm-hmm.
Something had happened to her to where her child almost got injured. So now they're also putting their child in danger and keeping this person close just in case. Here's the thing, if you call the cops or you leave, there's more space in between you to protect you. Either way, keeping that person close does not make sense at all. Keeping your enemy close, it doesn't. They're closer to killing you.
To you and I, it doesn't make sense because we're in our frontal lobe, right? Our frontal lobe is our logical part of our mind. When you're under constant threat and dealing with constant violence, you're not in your frontal lobe. You're in survival status. You're just trying
True.
to survive another day. So you're down here in your amygdala, which is like literally our basest instincts as human beings. There's no reasoning when you're in that
Right.
mode.
And so I'm just saying, I wasn't saying that just to be an asshole. I'm saying that to let you know because y'all are, if you are, and you're watching this and you're stuck, don't let that be the thought that you gotta stay
Mm-hmm.
closer to this person. No, get
No.
out of there right away. She
No.
is a survivor because she left finally,
Yes.
and that's her story is to tell you. Don't take all day to leave because something can happen. She almost died a couple, like she said in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I probably shouldn't be here. So staying close to that person, one of them times could really happen.
Yes. Absolutely. I mean, I would never advocate for staying with an abuser. I think that it's more important for people to understand where when you're a victim, what kind of mindset you're in. Because a lot of people, when they find out, they're like, "Well, why didn't you leave?" That's like usually the first question you get asked.
Yes, and
So
and
it's
it, and
like
it
trying
caused a
to
lot of,
explain that psychology to people that have, like, if you've not gone through this, it's hard to explain that psychology.
and
Um,
that's why I wanted you to put
yeah.
it on the table.
Mhm.
Because like I said, I had people stop being friends because we started with the conversation there.
Yep.
And I'm like, why didn't you leave? And I was insensitive to their feelings, or
Yeah,
I
and
would
I
be,
mean, so I even had people close to me really question me. Why would you let someone treat you like that? You have never been around a relationship like this. How could you get yourself in this mess, you know? And it's like so hard to explain to someone who's not going through this. It's like just don't. I think if you're talking to someone that's going through this or went through this, like the main thing is like show them compassion, especially if they are trying to build that courage to leave. Encourage them, but do it with kindness, do it with love, especially because they're in a situation where they don't get kindness and they don't get love, you know? I think that's super important. If you're dealing with someone you care about that's in a situation like this, trying to leave, or they just left, I think the most important thing is showing them kindness, showing them love, because they're either still in or they have just been in a situation where they had no kindness or love. Um, just like encouraging them to leave gently, kindly, lovingly
yes,
is important.
that's
It's
something I
so
really need
important
to
to
take
not,
heed to.
yeah,
Because
like don't
even with
make
the
them feel
addiction,
worse because there's somewhere in them that already knows it's fucked up. You know what I mean? You don't need another person telling them that. They need someone to be like, you got this. You deserve better than this. You are worth so much more than this. Love should not be hurting you. You know what I mean? Rather than like, why are you still there? See the difference? It's like a different message you're giving them.
so I'm guilty of that person. Why are you still there? Actually, all the time, and not even just in this situation. I'm always constructive criticism. I
Yeah.
put people down to make them realize, and I be trying to back myself. Like, I think it's a good thing because, and really, it's not. First off, it depends on how people receive information. When you try to be nice to a kid,
Mhm.
I think that is why, especially my boys, they don't listen to their mother.
Mm.
She can yell at the top of her lungs, and then they won't listen to her, and then she'll call me and I'll be like, "Yo, Khalil, can you stop, please?" And he'll be like, "Okay."
Mhm.
But that's from day one. He knows I'm not playing.
Yeah.
There's never that. I'm not faking nice to protect your feelings.
Right.
Sorry, pardon the interruption. We had some technical difficulties, but just consider this a part two because we do have something to do today at the end of the show or for the end of the show. Um, in part one, see, first let me tell you what happened. My phone ran out of memory. So then I went to try to go save it, and I thought I deleted it by accident. So we was gonna shoot a whole nother John, do it all over, and then today magically it appeared in my phone. Well, half of it. So that's what that first half was, and we're here to continue it and give you part two. So we left off talking about keeping your enemies close, or keeping your friends close and enemies closer. Um, I call it bullshit. Saying no, we need to let these people go, get out of harm's way as soon as possible. Um, I was also saying about my constructive criticism. Sometimes you got to be hard on people. Now, before we restarted this, she was saying we watched the first half, and she was saying, "Yeah, you're right." She was not trying to support staying in harm's way.
Never.
But also, I want to say I was wrong in the way at my approach. I also told her like I do have to be lighter with my approach because y'all know if somebody's coming hard at you, it's hard to take that information.
Especially if you're in like a very like volatile situation, that like damaged mindset, you're in that victim mode. It's hard to hear tough love. You're not ready for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything feels like an attack.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, do remind your person that it is, best for them to get out, but just watch their feelings. Be mindful of their feelings.
Yeah, coming at them with like love and kindness rather than judgment and criticism, I think is the right way to go about it.
A little
Especially,
bit of sternness.
yeah, I mean, but also
Let them know
like,
you're serious,
yeah,
but
like
not
that this
mean.
is a serious situation, but also like offering them the support that they may need to get out because it's not easy. I know for me, if I didn't have the support system I have with my family, it would have been a lot harder to leave. Not everyone has that.
Perfect transition right
Yeah.
there, because that's where we're trying to go.
Yeah.
Basically, again, we did this for Domestic Violence Awareness Month, October. I am now late getting this to you. It's November 6th.
But I mean, awareness month for domestic violence should be every freaking
Yeah, it
month.
should be
Like,
all the it
so
should
it's
be
all
all the
right.
time. And we did record the first half in October, but we
Yes.
are continuing now. So we did want to bring up she put in a lot of work finding resources for any domestic violence victims or survivors. I'll let you take it. You explain.
Yeah, so we'll put, I guess, in the description.
Yes, I'm gonna just
We
float it up
can,
top while we're talking.
yeah, we
So
can
as soon as you,
share. It's like a list of so
oh,
many
it's a bunch.
different resources from locally to where we are in Pennsylvania to the Philly area, so a little broader, to even the national level. Like nationally, we have like a domestic violence hotline. Anyone in the U.S. can call it. That also brings me to the point that maybe you are a healed survivor, or maybe you know someone that's been through this and you want to find a way to get involved and help other people. I know the hotlines are a really great way to get involved and help people because the hotlines tend to have long wait times and survivors don't have time when they call this number. They may only have a couple minutes where they can talk to someone to figure out a plan.
Right.
So if you can volunteer to be a support on the hotlines, I know that's definitely a need right now.
Yes,
currently.
definitely. So yes, if you can help, help.
Yeah.
Also in her search, so yeah, I am going to put those resources up, and in her search for resources she found Sage, which, go ahead, you take, what is Sage?
Yeah, I have to pull that up again. I should
And then
pull that up.
explain. Sage wasn't exactly what we was looking for. It's actually a program to help.
So Sage focuses more on survivors of sex trafficking and sexual abuse. However, a lot of times those things coincide with domestic violence. A lot of times domestic violence turns into sexual abuse, um, even trafficking, unfortunately. So I would say that Sage is adjacent to what we're talking about. And they were gracious enough to actually provide me with the resources that we can now share with you.
And they invited me to come check them out to
Yeah.
see if maybe I wanted to do something with their program.
Yeah.
Which I said, sure, of course. So I'm volunteering tonight. After this, we are headed up there to go help them raise money.
We're going on a field trip.
Yes.
So SAGE stands for Survivors Alliance for Growth and Employment. They provide employment, mentorship, and job training in a safe and trauma-informed environment for women who are survivors of human trafficking and or sexual trauma. So that is where we are going to be going tonight to help them out. But like I said, the resources we share, whether you know someone that can use those resources, I was fortunate that I have a strong support system and leaned on my family, but not everyone has that. That's what the resources are there for. And then also the volunteer opportunities. You know, if you want to get involved and help, there's always a need there, for sure.
Right. So definitely appreciate you for tuning in. Don't turn it off just yet, because you are going to go on the field trip with us and watch us help. Yeah, I will be continuing. We'll talk more about SAGE as we go on there. I don't know how the camera works. I'll be holding it, so it'll be selfie work. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Tune in. Thank you, Ashley. Again, we will continue hearing from you, but I want to say thank you now for sharing your story. I know that's not easy. I think you did great.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy you're a survivor.
Yeah, I mean, I did the work to my fellow survivors. Do the work, seek help. You know, the therapy, it's a huge reason why I can talk about it. Is I went on that whole healing journey. So, and now we can help other women. So, yeah.
So here we go. Stay tuned.
Come with us.
Talk with your mouth full.
All right, so the best thing to do first is to get all the folds that you need to get, and just makes it easier in the end. All right. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. All right, so this is how I do it. Everyone does it a little bit.
Okay.
And I fold it around because this is gonna.
Yours looks better than mine.
That's all right. It's your first one. There you go. Ta-da!
It's together.
It is. You did a good job. That's
Cool.
pretty good. But you see what I mean? Like, yeah, this
like
one,
how that's like.
yeah, that. So sometimes that's totally fine because we'll just gotta like. There you go.
Hey guys, so Ashley's back. We're here at SAGE. This is Maria here. She's gonna kind of tell us, you know, what SAGE is, what you guys do, and what your role is at SAGE.
Yeah, so SAGE stands for the Survivors Alliance for Growth and Employment, and we are we're not just an employment program, we're so much more, but we work with survivors of human trafficking and or sexual violence. So that can be sex trafficking, it can be labor trafficking, or any kind of sexual violence. Female survivors 18 and up can come into our program, and our approach is very holistic. Like we don't want to just be a job. We want to be a full program. And so when they sign on to be a part of our program, they sign on for case management, mentorship, and so much more. So my role is the Director of Survivor Programming, and I've been with SAGE for a little over a year and a half. But I guess you probably want to know how SAGE got started.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
Yeah, so actually, I'm not a founding member. SAGE has been around since 2021. It was started by Mimi and Doug Johnson and Joanne Wallow and Kimberly Flandreau. They were friends, and they all met at another organization in the area that is a housing organization for survivors of trafficking. Okay. And what they were seeing is that these women would go through the program, the housing program, but they would or would not finish. But either way, whether they finished or not, a lot of times they would end up back in the life that they were in before the program, whether that was back in drugs, back in tricking, like prostituting, or just back with their abuser, because when they left the housing program, there were no supports that were in place for them to be able to continue to the next thing.
Yeah.
So one of those main things is becoming self-sufficient and being able to support yourself and a lot of times your children. Because a lot of these women, either they want to get their children back, like custody of their children, and so they need a job to do that, but even just to support themselves and not be reliant on that life that they had before. So they decided they were going to create Sage. And like I said, yes, they get employed. We pay them a paycheck. They have jobs that they do, but they also get case management. They get career development. So that's actually how I started. I was the career development manager. Which is, I met with them twice a month, and we worked on resumes, and we did like mock interviews, and we kind of we start at the very beginning. Right? So we come here twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays, and we have like 3 or so jobs that we do with the women. So one of the main, something that a local company needs us to do is folding these little boxes. They have a thing that only fits in this box, and we usually do about 30 boxes a week. There's 125 in there, and they pay us for it, and that goes back to pay the women. So it's really important that we get that done. However, some of the women, due to the labor trafficking that they have had, that's too similar to that work, or the women may have issues with their hands and dexterity. A lot of them are unable to do that, and so we do have volunteers who come in every other week and help us with getting some of that done. And that's what we're here for tonight. Yeah, so we have some people who are inside right now, and you guys will be folding some boxes with us. So that's one of the things we do on the shift. Another thing that we do is we get computers, like laptops, cell phones, tablets, powers, all of that kind of thing, from like local businesses, because a lot of businesses like every year give their employees new ones. And so they have to get rid of the old ones, and so we'll get like a contract or whatever, and they want us to wipe them, and then once we do that, we can do whatever we want with them. So if they're in good condition, we'll put new hard drives in, new batteries, and we'll sell them on eBay. So the women get to learn computer skills in that, and also how to manage an eBay account, how to package and ship out the items. Some like business skills. So that's really great. We have had some women who really enjoy that. So the third thing we do is like the more fun stuff, is we create products that we sell at local like craftery fairs and holiday markets. Excuse me. Jewelry, necklaces, earrings, keychains made of resin and real dried flowers. And then we do sewing projects. We have we make the heating pads that have like the rice in them. We have a very cool kind. It's different than anyone else's. So yeah, it's very cool. And then we make these eye pillows that you can put in your freezer if you have like puffy eyes or like a migraine. They have lavender flaxseed and put them on there. So it's very interesting, because you would think all of the women would really love that, but it really depends. Some of them really gravitate towards one or the other. We also make greeting cards, and some of the new products that we're going to have coming out soon, they're actually going to be at a fair in Harleysville on Saturday from 10 to 3, and at the Harleysville Holiday Bazaar. I think it's at Dimension Church or something like that, but you can look it up. And they're going to be premiering our prints of some of the women's artwork, some of our holiday cards. So that's very cool. Yeah, we're excited about that.
Holiday Bazaar.
Yes.
Is that the 15th?
No, it's this Saturday.
Because I'm doing a holiday bazaar. Well, not me, but the YMCA Harleysville has a holiday bazaar.
Is that on the 15th?
The 15th.
Saturday, we do. 15th, I don't know if they're still taking people, because we really need to get some more before Christmas. Might have an inside connection. Yeah, if they could give us a table, that would be fantastic. We will definitely be there at the Y on the 15th. That sounds great. Perfect.
I guess at this point, why don't you show us kind of what we're doing tonight?
To get my hands dirty. We're behind the scenes. If you have seen volunteers with us. Megan by Jesse and Ashley make that box. She's a great box maker. You know, Mama always said life is like a box of chocolate. Ashley probably made it.
That's okay, I just forgot.
You forgot what?
I just forgot how to do it that quickly.
You want that?
Yeah, you can go here. Just put one up here. I'll show you. Just put one. Yeah, just one. Yeah, you guys just do one at a time. So like I said with her, it's better if you get all the creases kind of done ahead of time. It just makes it easier. That's alright. Sometimes they're not good. Alright, so this is the base. So
What's the base?
this is like the bottom of it. So what I usually do is I take the sides and just knocking everything down. I bring them in like that on top of the base. And I hold it from behind with one hand. Yeah, but I would cut these up a little because these are going to go in. There you go. Now I would grab both and then take these and bring them in. Yeah, there you go. Pretty good. That was good for your first one. Nice. Good work.
Thank you.
We have cards.
Oh, they're so pretty.
Yeah.
My sister loves elephants. I might have to get that for her.
This one is this pack has 3 different elephants in it, Venus. So
Okay,
yeah,
I didn't know.
More of the eye pillows. And then we have like in here's like earrings.
Did you post about the bazaar on Facebook?
Yeah, and I think we're gonna do a little more posting. There's some necklaces.
Then I can like pull up where.
The fact that we had to fold on a box is amazing.
Folding boxes on
a box. I'm just saying, like, this is such a good turnout. This is a good, like, there's a lot of people here. It's fantastic. We have gotten a lot of, like, you know, in high school where you have to have, like, volunteer hours and stuff. So, yeah, so a lot of times we get some teenagers.
Souderton in the house.
Yeah, shout out Souderton. And Souderton has a club in the morning for like the first. It's like instead of homeroom. Yeah, it's a key club. So
I have a son at Souderton.
there you go. So they did that. They did it last year for a week of their key club. They folded boxes for us, which was very cool. Yeah, we were kind of hoping it would be a longer thing, but you know, we'll take what we can get. We'll take whatever.
Yeah, any little bit helps.
Exactly, and we will sign a paper that says you got, you know, your hours or whatever.
Yeah.
For your volunteer.
Yeah, I remember like senior year, you had to have like X amount of hours to like graduate or whatever.
Yep. She's an official box pack.
Super cool.
I know,
like, you know, if they can know the signs to be aware of,
right, and just to be able to red flag
avoid
that kind of
a
stuff.
situation that you want to avoid it otherwise.
Yes. 100%. I'm gonna get more boxes for us.
Yeah, I challenge anybody in here. Hey, Ashley, you want to race?
Oh my God. You're on.
Yes. All right.
Do I get like a time?
I was gonna say
So
I can put like a
because of my nail. Fun.
You want a handicap?
Yeah.
because of her nails.
I'll give her a
appreciate
hand.
you like
We'll give her 3 seconds.
A 3-second head
I'll
start.
give her a 3
Wait,
second
hold
head
on.
start.
Bring on the heat.
Because I've been over
Hold
here
on, let me-
practicing. Y'all seen me.
How many are we? Okay, let's see.
Racing?
Let me I can put a timer on my phone.
Oh, she
Like,
got a
how
timer?
many you can fold in 1 minute?
Okay.
1 minute?
I'll
All
have it in
right.
a minute. All right.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Great.
And so in 1 minute, I should give you a 5 second.
Here, let me clear these.
No handicap. I won't be a baby. It's fine.
Okay. Women empowerment. Look at this. Incredible things happen when women support each other.
Thank you. All right, tell me when you're ready.
All right, you ready, Ro?
Do some stretches, stretching. On your mark, get set, go.
I don't like losing either. Oh, these are stuck together. No.
I hate when that
blame the
happens.
boxes.
I have to.
You got this. You got this. Come on, girl power.
I know.
Let's
I
go.
can't,
Yeah,
I can't be
bring that
bested by
women
Rel.
empowerment.
Come on now.
They're used to seeing me win. It's okay.
I know. Super competitive over
That's why I
here.
started this podcast. So you can show people how he
Yes.
wins.
This is,
Yes,
this is
that's why I play
can't play
kickball
mini
versus
golf.
the kids.
Keep going.
There's strategy there.
You're
You
catching
can't
up.
play mini golf.
No, I can't be trusted with mini golf, man. I get way too competitive. It gets real stupid.
That's it. That was
You
so
won.
fast.
You won by like a whole box.
I humbly accept
It's
the awards.
There you go.
It's much
Yeah,
harder
it's
than it
patrons.
wants to do. And I feel like when you're trying to go fast, like you're messing
The
up.
pressure,
Literally,
yeah, you,
Literally, I was like,
you gotta have that
the
Mamba
pressure
mentality.
is on, you know?
But you know what? I just found a way to make it. I can cut a half second off each box.
No,
Look
really?
at